The debate continues in Washington over the U.S. forces and whether they should suspend fighting in Afghanistan during the holy month of Ramadan, which begins on November 17th. Maine's junior senator is taking a stand on that issue. Bob Dyke joins us now with more on that. Bob?
John, Senator Susan Collins feels the U.S. military is already doing what it can to avoid hitting mosques and other special religious sites in Afghanistan. And even though Ramadan is less than 2 weeks away, she says, quote, "We can't back down now."
I think we have to let military principles guide our conduct of the war. We have to be sensitive to the month of Ramadan, but we cannot call a ceasefire if we have not accomplished our objective.
In Biddeford today, a third of the world in 7 time zones from the battles in Afghanistan, a group of academics took part in a discussion on the war and its causes. 2 of the participants were Islamic, and both said the war should not be taken as a struggle between Islam and the West, but as the result of polarized extremes within Afghanistan, the bloody outcome of an unresolved political struggle for power, adding,
"What's happening is that there is a clash or a conflict between fundamentalists.
There should never be any justification, any linkages between the attacks on New York and Washington, D.C., and how people perceive themselves to be treated in the larger Islamic world. Violence is never justified."
Even though the academics did not want to get drawn into the debate over whether the U.S. should continue bombing over Ramadan, the conference seemed to be a success among the non-Muslim attendees.
Every religion has not necessarily a radical, but a very extreme group.
We only know right now one aspect of Islam, I think, in the public. And I'm glad that there are intellectuals who are working on trying to, bring a little more rationality into our understanding.
Neither the Islamic academics is from Afghanistan. Dartmouth's Youssef Yacoubi is from Lebanon, and Professor Anwar Majid hails from Morocco, which was the first Islamic nation to form an alliance with the U.S. back in the 1700s. And those who attended the conference said events like Islam in the West are long overdue, and they hope, John, it's not too late for the moderate majorities on this side and the other side to get together someday and build the foundations for a peaceful relationship.